So I can just start by saying that we are really happy to be here and talk about our new planner. So I am Hanne Lorentzen, and I work as a combined product owner and product manager in itslearning, and I am responsible for our new planner. And I'm going to share our goals for the new planner and present our roadmap. And Andreas, he has prepared some prototypes, so he will demonstrate what will be available for you later when using our new planner. So I think I'm going to turn off my camera as well so that we can just focus on the presentation. And Andreas, next slide, please. So I'm going to start by talking a little bit about our goals for the new planner. So we do believe that plans should be more visually engaging. When we are talking to students today, they tell us that their plans are a bit too text heavy and they find them a bit boring. They need more images, they've told us. And we also want to simplify the navigation. We think it should be very easy for both students and teachers to find the plan that they are looking for. And this also means that we have to improve the way we are sorting plans. So, for instance, when a teacher is creating a new plan, it should automatically be sorted by date. And we also want to focus more on what is currently happening in a course. So when going to a course or going to your plans page, the first thing you should see are your current and your upcoming plans. And let me share our roadmap with you. So next slide, please. So a roadmap, that is a strategic plan that defines what area that we are focusing on. So what milestones that we want to reach. And when it comes to the new planner, we have lots of areas that we will be focusing on. And today I'm not going to talk about all of these 9 areas, because I think that will be far too much information for this webinar. But what you can see is that our roadmap is split into 3 categories. So areas that are in development, that are the green ones. And then we have areas that are in research or in planning, and that are the orange one. And then we have some red ones that mean that they are on our backlog. And just please bear in mind, even though I share this roadmap with you, there could be small changes to it later. And I want to start by showing you what is currently in development. So that you can see what to expect for new planner when it comes to back to school. So everything that's here on this green slides will be available for back to school. And we call those areas fully functional new planner, planner and calendar integration, and play plan for student. And let me start by just saying a bit about this fully functional new planner. By that, we mean that the new planner should have the majority of existing planner features. So teachers, they should be able to delete and to copy their topics. They should be able to reorganize the sorting of the topics so that they can decide what topic to list first. And they should be able to reorganize their plans without a date. They need to print their plans, etc. And we have one release later this month, and it will include a new and improved date picker so that it will be easier and better to add dates to your plans. And you will also be able to delete your topics. Then we have another release in March, and this will include drag and drop of topics, and it will include drag and drop of plans without a date, as well as copying topics. So that's in the March release. And by planner and calendar integration, it means that we will show the new planner in the calendar. And it also means that teachers will be able to create events from the planner itself, so they don't have to go to the calendar in order to create events. And the last one is, well, I say it's very interesting, and we call it play plan for student. but it's actually about improving the navigation within a plan. And we really believe that it should be very easy for students, and of course also for teachers, to navigate between resources in a plan. And students, they also need to see how much progress they have made and know what plans that they have completed. But I do think it's easier to just show you how this should work. And Andreas, our UX designer, he has created some prototypes. So he will now show you what you can expect for back to school, especially when it comes to this play plan for student.
That is correct. So let me switch the screen to, let me see. So first off, I want to show you a prototype of a student itslearning page. So in this case, we are called Thomas, and we have 3 courses, one in physics, natural science, and social science. First off, I want to show you how, as Hanne mentioned, the play plan, as we call it, for students. So when I go into natural science, I will be met with the plan card, of course, but we do want to make some changes to how the plan card is represented to the students, and mainly that is giving the students a sense of progression, or giving them information of how far they have gotten with the plan. So as you can see, we have done 0 out of 4 resources and activities in the plan. And we also have a button that will engage the students to start working on the plan itself. So when I click on the card or the button, I will open up the plan in a full screen view, and I can focus on this plan. As you can see, we have added some circles here, and I will explain how these works. But at the bottom, we also have a start button that will begin the work for the students. So when I click this, I will open up the first assignment in the list. As you can see here, one of the things we do want to improve in this view is how students and teachers navigate within the plan. So we are adding a side menu that could be used as a navigation point. I can switch to this resource, for example. I also, if I, for some reason, want to work on a bigger screen, I can hide the menu, especially useful for teachers that may work on the content or the resource itself, or perhaps presenting this to the class. So this would be a very nice thing to have. Also at the bottom, we have kind of a next resource, so I can skip this assignment if I don't want to do this yet. When I do this, I will skip to the next resource in the list. And as you can see, this resource got a check mark to indicate that I have completed this. But in this case, this is a very long PDF, and I haven't necessarily read the whole thing. And as a student, I can choose to mark this as unread to get back to this at a later stage. As I mentioned, we could also use this menu as a navigation point, so I can click to the next resource if I want. And the indications here are the resources will be automatically read when you open it, and of course you will be able to mark it as unread. And for the assignment or test or task, these will be completed once you submit the activities. So when I go back here, you will also see in the introduction page or the start page of the plan which resource I've completed, how far I've gotten, and that is also represented in the plan card here. If I go into the plans, it's automatically clear which plan I have completed or not, especially when I go also into the past tab, where you can see I have much more completed plans, and I have one organic chemistry plan that I've yet to complete the last resource or activity. And it's much more clear now for me as a student if I need to go back and do those things. And in some of the other epics that Hanne showed, we also want to improve how we, for example, display topics or the themes. We want to add images used in the plans, for example, or the teacher are also able to override this image and choose a specific image if they want to. But we do want to make the plans and topics a bit more engaging. And of course, this should work good on mobile view. So that is also very important for us because many students use mobile a lot. So being able to work on a plan or look at the plan on mobile is very important. Then?
Yes, thank you, Andreas. So what Andreas just gave you a demo is what you can expect for back to school. But of course, we also want to present what you can expect after back to school, so areas that are in research or in planning. And so far, we have focused a lot on students. But we do know that some teachers, they are missing this table view that they have in the old planner because they do need a better overview across their plans to be able to work more efficiently. So we do want to give teachers this kind of bird eye view on their plans and all the plan content so that they don't have to open each plan in order to see, for instance, what resources and activities that are added to one specific plan. And then they can also edit multiple plans at the same time. So that's what we refer to under this epic better overview across their plans. But we also want all students to grow and succeed. But we do know that not all students learn the same way or they are learning at the same pace. So we will support differentiated learning, meaning that a teacher can assign a plan to specific students or specific groups. And they can also differentiate within a plan by using this assign to feature that for a specific resource or activity. And today we have this assign to for test 3.0 for assignment and for task tool, but we are going to add this feature to more resources and activities in itslearning. And Andreas, maybe you can show how this could work.
Yes. So if I go and look at the teacher's point of view, in this case, we are Jenny. We also have the same courses. When I go into natural science and the plants, you will see that I have also the same plans as Thomas, since this is the same course. So in terms of differentiating, as Hanne mentioned, we do have this functionality for a few activities at the moment. But we do want this to be for all activities and resources. And when I open up this page, you will kind of see an indicator of this as well. Let me first explain these numbers on the right side. This is a way for us to give a progression of the course or the whole course to the teacher. So in this course, I have 22 students. And out of those 22, I can see that only 12 students have submitted this assignment, 17 has read this PDF, and so on. But the last test in this list only have 14 students. And in this case, the test has been assigned to only 14 out of the 22 in my course. And therefore, and the remaining 8 students will not see this test. But we do understand the need to also have this on a higher level, on the plan level. So we want to add this functionality to the plan where I can assign this whole plan to a specific set of a group in my course or a few students if I want to. So when I do this or click this, I'll open up a menu where I can choose from a list of my students. Or if you are using course groups, you can also quickly select those. So if I deselect these first 3 students, you'll see that the number has changed down to 19, and therefore is only visible to those 19 students. Now, we do understand that teachers need a better overview of their work or working on the plans, and maybe comparing plans together or roughly planning in the start of the year. So we are thinking of adding a planning mode where when the teacher clicks to this, they will open up a similar view to what we have in the old planner, which is kind of the table structure where the topic is at the top, where you can also edit topics, but we could edit existing plans within that topic, or we could add more. And also we could compare topics or plans within those together as well, and get a sense of overview of what is the contents in my course at the moment. And we do understand this is a very powerful tool, but we aren't expecting this to be very functional on mobile phones. So therefore, we are limiting this to desktop and tablet. Up in the right, you will also see that we have something called a timeline. And we think this could be very beneficial to get a bit more visual overview of the whole semester, for example, where I can see exactly when the different plans are starting and ending, and also be able to use this as a tool to change dates or rearrange plans based on dates. So for example, I could take this, the atmosphere, and move it to the next week or extend it a week, but also move every other plans in the same topic a week ahead if that's the case. And this will alleviate a lot of work for the teachers. Yeah. Back to Hanne.
Yes, thank you. Right now is our new planner focusing a lot on dates. So plans are automatically organized in current, upcoming, and past plans. And this makes it, of course, a bit difficult for courses not using dates on their plans. But we do, of course, intend to support self-paced plans. And Andreas, I think actually it's much easier if you can just demonstrate how this will work and how your lessons can be organized in a very powerful way, even if you're not using dates on your plan. So let's again return to our student Thomas and see how this could work.
Yes, so if I go back to my courses as Thomas, you'll see that I have an online course which is a self-paced course in this, or example of a self-paced course. So even though we do want to give the possibility of not using dates, we do understand that having a way of giving the student the progression or giving them the plan automatically that is relevant, we do want to showcase the current plan, for example, to the student. And this is kind of the plan I have started working on, for example, and this will be displayed then on course overview. So for example, when I click to continue or open up the plan, it's a very simple plan, but when I open up this resource, I have then completed the whole plan, and I can click complete and close it. But when I do, we do want to give the student the next plan in the list. And this is following the order that the teacher has set. So if I go into the plans page, we have, as you may see, we have also removed the different tabs that is based on dates. So the current and the past tabs. And the starting tab will be the topics to get a sense of all the chapters, for example, in the course. But we also have a page for all the plans. When I click this, you will see that I have followed the order that the teacher has set on for me as a student. I just completed main topics, and now next in line is what is experimental physics. And this will continue working on when the student completes a plan and goes to the next. So even though if you aren't using any dates in your course or in your planner, this will still function as a way to engage the students. One other topic or epic that Hanne showed in the beginning is a way to improve how we display images. And currently, we do believe we want to improve this even more. So the empty state of the plan is an area we want to tackle first, where if the teacher doesn't have time or don't want to add images to their plan, the plan will still be visually engaging for the students. And also have a kind of a thread to the topic and topic color to make them a bit more similar. But we do want them to be kind of almost unique in a way, and have different shapes that will also make the page a bit more lively. And at a later stage, we do also want to improve the workflow of adding images in general. So back to Hanne again.
Yes, and that's actually it for now. That's what we're going to show you. But so just a small reminder. So we have the green ones is what is currently in development and means that you can expect it for back to school. But we have also pointed out other areas that we will start working on later, like this new table view, the option to differentiate a plan, and better supporting self-paced courses so that you all know what to expect next. And we always try to work as user-centric as possible. And if you have any comments and questions, ideas, etc., please reach out to us. And Andreas, if you can go to next slide, please. So if there are any areas that you or your school are particularly interested in, please let us know, and then we will come back to you later.